For today's review, we'll be looking at a new release from VS Factory, the GMT. In my hand, I have the Coke version. It directly uses the V3 bezel insert, which is the same as the V3 insert from Clean Factory. The movement is the Dandong 3285. As for the craftsmanship, I believe everyone who has followed VS Factory over the years recognizes the quality of their products. Their watches are known for being high quality, affordable, and offering great value for money, with excellent attention to detail. The execution is superb. First, let's look at the overall watch. It comes on a Jubilee bracelet. The Oyster bracelet is not yet available, it might be released later. Regarding the V3 bezel, the most intuitive difference between V2 and V3 is this. When you shine an UV light on it, the junction between the blue and red, which appears normal under regular light. When you hit it with UV light, the entire bezel insert goes red. This is the hallmark of the standard V3 bezel, the latest version. It's very beautiful. Now let's look at other details. The factory itself has released comparison photos. You can use them as a reference. We've posted them on our social feed, so you can go check them out. In terms of thickness, the market competitor is Clean Factory. The Clean Factory version is a little bit thicker. The reason is that there's a step right here. After the case back is tightened against the mid case, there's a slight gap. The genuine and the VS Factory versions have almost no gap. Take a look at the actual watch. The step results in a very small gap. The one from Clean Factory is slightly larger and taller, which adds a fraction of a millimeter to the thickness. This detail is for those who are very meticulous. Another point is the lug area here, where the bracelet attaches. The width on the Clean Factory version might be a tiny bit wider. However, it's very difficult to notice with the naked eye. It only becomes apparent in a side-by-side comparison. Without comparing, it's not a significant issue. This is regarding the lug area. This is an area where VS Factory is more detail-oriented. As for other aspects, like all the things mentioned, such as the crystal, the height, the transparency, and the date magnifier, these are details that VS Factory has pursued to the extreme in this detail comparison. Personally, I think you just need to take a quick look. It's not a deal breaker because the details are so subtle, you can't tell without a direct comparison. If you didn't point it out, I wouldn't even know. But VS Factory has achieved it, which is truly impressive. In terms of price, it's slightly cheaper than the Clean Factory model. Just a little bit cheaper, because their configurations, including the movement, are identical, so the price won't differ much. Overall, the VS Factory model is worth buying. After all, it's a later release, and products released later usually have improvements and upgrades over previous versions. They learn from the shortcomings, absorb the advantages, and improve upon the flaws. This includes the hands and the dial. Its hands are more accurate to the genuine version, as they are based on a genuine mold for comparison. The hands are three-dimensional, but their shape is sharper, especially the minute hand and second hand. The tips are pointier, whereas the Clean Factory version is a bit blunter. Also, the red color of the GMT hand is a darker maroon red. The one from the competitor, Clean Factory, is a brighter crimson red. It's a very subtle difference. For specifics, you can check the comparison photos we've posted. I won't elaborate further here, let's just briefly talk about this watch. The new GMT with the Dandong 3285 movement. The movement itself is excellent, a Dandong movement. In fact, Clean Factory is also about to switch to the Dandong 3235 movement for its Datejust models. Regarding this, although Clean Factory used the Shanghai movement before, and many people said they are the same with no difference, there is a difference. There is a difference. Look, now that Clean Factory is switching to the Dandong movement, it's called an upgrade. So what was the previous one called? When they used the Shanghai movement, they said it was the same as the Dandong. Now that they are using the Dandong, they're calling it an upgraded version. Those who know. This also applies when you sell it second-hand. Who would want the Shanghai movement? The Dandong movement is still king, whether it's the 4130, 4131, or this 3285. They are completely different things. The Shanghai movement is a bit inferior. The inferiority is not in timekeeping or accuracy. It lies in the finishing of the plates, the construction of the components, that's where it falls short. The Dandong is a complete one-to-one replication. They are different, with some slight distinctions. Of course, there will be differences, otherwise, why would they switch to Dandong? If they were truly the same, why bother changing and going through the trouble, right? Okay. Let's briefly discuss this watch and look at the clasp code. I9A. The engraving is excellent. When you get a VS Factory product, you can basically buy it with your eyes closed and not worry about getting a lemon.